I'm bored. I am really bored. And that's not a bad thing. I was looking at something the other day I came across it. I can't say reading necessarily because how often do you actually go and read something? It's more often that it's coming across in either social media or some kind of shorts, reels, TikToks, things of that nature. Which then you have to question the legitimacy of it. Which then you have to go and research it, which is then reading it. So maybe you do read stuff. I don't know. Anyways, I was coming across this and it talked about being bored and how being bored as a kid is a good thing. And I was like, I don't know. That doesn't make any sense. And the point of it is that kids who are bored find things to do. Very rare is it a kid just sits there and stays bored. They'll make up games. They'll go outside and play. They'll do things. And it was funny because I look back on this now and I'm like, you know what? Like, it was the 90s. That's the trend right now, right? What were you like in the 90s? Well, went out and played and came home around dinner time. And yeah, that was it. So, I mean, the bottom line is that I was bored when I was a kid. I'd find friends to play with, or I'd make friends in the neighborhood. We'd go out into the creek. We'd run around. We'd ride our bikes. We'd rollerblade. I mean, we did all sorts of things. Played basketball, just played outside, ran around, dug holes. We lived on the state line of Indiana, Michigan, and we dug holes in the ground, and it was disgusting and it was messy, but it was a lot of fun. We also got ticks from running around in the peanut field that we lived behind. In front of? Behind? I'm not really sure where we were in relation to the front of the peanut field. All I know is we ran in that peanut field and we did get ticks. We didn't go back in that peanut field. We played around the state line, but we did not go back in that peanut field again. The ticks were not fun. So, looking back on that, I have ADD, so I tend to bounce around on things. I tend to go to one thing, go to another, come back to it. Like right now, I'm really into cameras again, which is probably why I'm back doing this again. And honestly, it's not a bad thing. I know what I like. I know what my hobbies are. I know what hobbies I want to try. I know what I enjoy doing when I'm not at work or at home, being a parent, being a husband. You know, if I've got my free time, then I'm going out, taking my camera, jumping on the e-bike, hitting the trails, or taking the Subaru down around the lake and the curvy roads, not speeding, but just driving around on the fun roads at speed, because it's almost a 20-year-old car at this point. It's pretty old. So, yeah, I know what I like. On the flip side, my wife, she ran around a lot. She did gymnastics. She did swimming. She did gymnastics. She did gymnastics. She did diving. Almost said swimming. She didn't do swimming. And she did that a lot. Like, she was always out doing that kind of stuff. Well, but she was always running around. Fast forward to now, and she struggles to find things that she enjoys doing that's outside of, work, the house, being a wife, being a mom. And it's not that she can't find it, but like if you just said, "Hey, go do something that you enjoy doing," it takes a minute for her to think about what she really, enjoys doing. And I mean, obviously, we all enjoy shopping. We all enjoy looking at social media and just, doom scrolling and just kind of, letting our brains wander, or reading a book, which is something that she just, figured out. So she's got a Kindle now. She reads books. She read something like 26 books last year, or more. I actually am not really sure, but she's able to go through books. And so she found something, but it took a long time for her to find that. Until actually, I think the last year, maybe, she discovered reading again. So we built a little reading nook for her in her office, and very, very happy with that. But it took a while to get there. Meanwhile, I've got so many hobbies that I can't count them all. At least on two hands, I can count. But I mean, done that hobby thing. I don't know, a couple videos ago, probably a little more than that, 8 or so, just off the top of my head. So being bored is not a bad thing. So I try to let our kids be bored when they are home. Obviously we will play with them. We don't tell them no, we're not going to play with you. Go figure it out yourself. If they want us to play with them, we'll play with them. But we let them decide what the game is going to be or whatever it is. Because honestly, I think that would really stink if you like get older and you don't know what you want to do, or you don't know what you like to do, rather. I find joy in just going out and rollerblading, or trying to build something and then print it out in a 3D printer, which we have because that was another hobby. The cameras, fiddling around with cameras, taking pictures, editing the videos, um, you know going through and working on the car, or finding new ways to organize the house, or whatever it might be, solving problems with the yard and things of that nature. Getting into grass. Don't really love the grass, but I get it. Trimming the bushes, whatever it might be. Some of those are chores. A few of them was chores, but regardless, there are things that I can do that I enjoy doing, and maybe it's just that I enjoy doing a lot of different things. I mean, people can be different. That's a given. But, I think I think I agree with the statement, or the comment, or the video, whatever you want to call it, that if you are bored, it forces you to find things you like to do. Obviously I like playing video games. Well, I was probably bored, and then I played my Nintendo 64 because that's what we had back then. And obviously so on and so forth to an Xbox now, and Switch. But anyways, it's just one of those things where you find things that you like to do. If I had been running around doing sports or doing other things and I didn't care or know that like being bored was a thing, then I probably wouldn't have known to look for things that I enjoy. Or being into drawing, I tried doing drawing. I tried making a book, a kid's book, kind of picture book. And honestly, it's one of those things that just, I guess, happens when you're bored. You just find things you like to do. So I think I definitely agree with the statement, and I definitely try to instill that. And sometimes I'll try to be bored and just see what I feel like doing. Sometimes you feel like you don't know what to do, or, you've done everything and you're just tired. Well, I found doing this again, helping clear my head, helping to, have a purpose or create something or build something. One thing my wife found recently is she really likes building with Legos. Unfortunately, it's a very expensive hobby, building with Legos. Legos are not cheap, and the cheap Legos that aren't Legos, like the knockoff ones, they suck. They don't go together well. Their directions are horrible. It's not a pleasurable experience, not like building with actual Legos. So you got to build the real Legos. But she just recently got another Harry Potter set. So I think it's Diagon Alley, like the full thing, like it opens up. It's very cool. And that can go with her 2 castles and the other things that she has. So she found another thing. But like when we were kids, we played with Legos all the time. Do I like playing with them now? Sometimes. But I don't have the time or patience these days to sit down and not have the directions to build something out of scratch. Like it takes hours to find, a couple pieces that you're looking for to make sure the colors match. And it just messes with me too much. But I still help the kids play with Legos, build random things if they want it. Whatever it might be. It helps their creativity. It helps them, again, find something they like to do. And they bounce around just as much as I do with things. And their toys, go from dinosaurs to magnetiles, to blocks, to video games, to the little dollhouse stuff for my daughter, or, playing with slime or Play-Doh or drawing, or, they bounce around probably just as much as I do now. And again, maybe this is an ADD thing and maybe it's just me. I don't know. But honestly, I'm okay with boredom.